What's going on, guys? It's your boy Joseph Huga here of Joseph Huga Motorcycles, and welcome to another video. So I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but we bought a brand new bike. So we bought a brand new Indian Chief Dark Horse, and this video is gonna be about some things I don't like about it. So I've ridden it about 1,200 miles. I've ridden about 1,200 miles on this thing already. And so obviously it can't be that bad, right? But that's not what I'm saying. So this video is mostly about the things that I've realized, you know, from the differences from my Shadow Phantom to moving to a Chief Dark Horse, and is that for you, right? So we're gonna talk about the negatives and we're gonna talk about the positives. So one negative that I don't like about this bike, and I think that anybody that buys one of these bikes should definitely know, is that you probably already know, but it's important to remind you, is that this bike is air cooled. This bike is not liquid cooled by any means, right? So what that means is when I'm riding on this bad boy, man, especially on a hot day like this, it was like 80 or so like that, man, it is just hot. It is nothing but heat right here. It's crazy heat right here, right? And extreme heat. You ain't wearing no shorts when you're riding this motorcycle. You're not wearing those shorts when you're riding this. I'm telling you that right now. Shorts is not an option. So one thing I really don't like about it is the heat, right? They make heat flaps and things like that for the seats, and I've saw those things. And, you know, and it depends on if you're already on an air-cooled motorcycle already, or if you're not on an air-cooled motorcycle already. But, man, this crazy heat coming from this. I mean, you can feel it right here. I've ridden it for about maybe 30 minutes. And the heat's crazy off of there. So that's one thing. The next thing I don't like about the bike, if I'm gonna be honest, is the sound. Okay, the sound. They don't tell you when you first buy the motorcycle that, I mean, you start it up, right? You start it up, you hear the sound, you're like, oh man, that sounds really good, right? But then when you're riding on it, it's like the sound disappears. And my last bike had Vance and Hines on it, so you could say, you know, maybe I'm partial to Vance and Hines, the sounds of Vance and Hines, but it's not me, I promise. My cameraman will tell you, my other people that I ride with, and some of the other videos you've seen, they're like, man, that bike is too quiet, and I don't like that, right? So this exhaust system basically is the stock one, and they have the stage 1 upgrade where they have the slip-ons for it, but all of my research has said that the slip-ons for the stage 1 don't change the sound at all. They don't really add anything to the sound. And so, you know, there's some things you can do. You can cut the baffles out, you can do stuff like that, but the way I feel like it is, I just spent this money on this bike, I needed to sound good. But we got some pipes coming for it. We got some slip-on pipes coming from it. They're not the stage 1 ones. They're completely different. I did my research and I found some sound I'm gonna add to this, so stay tuned for that video. So that's the second thing I don't like about it. So heat, sound, and other than that, I would say this bike's pretty damn amazing. This bike's pretty damn amazing. I'm not gonna lie, man. I really enjoy this bike. So let's talk about some things that I really love about this bike. The digital command gauge, man, the ride command is just amazing. The digital on there, your gas tank, your fuel, I mean, it's the same thing. Fuel, gas tank, oil pressure, diagnostics, man. I had a thing, like a message pop up on my bike. It told me, hey, your clutch lever needs to be adjusted, or whatever the case may be. I was like, oh, really? I was like, wow, that's crazy. It literally told me the problem. I don't have to guess it. I don't have to hook anything up to it. I can just go on here, go to the diagnostics, and it works. That's crazy. So I love that. That's one thing I really love about the bike. The other thing I really love about the bike is the cruise control, man. On those long rides, man, where you just want to relax, you want to jam music on your Sena or whatever, man, that cruise control, man, you just set it and you just ride, man, and I love that. I love that. Another thing I really love about the bike is the instant power of this bike, man. You get all of the CCs you paid for. You get all of them. I'm talking about all of them. When you turn this thing, it's like this. It just wants to go. It hates being slow. It hates moving on slow roads. It hates that. It just wants to go. It wants to be free. It's a dark horse, so it wants to ride. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I really love about the bike as well. Actually, I just thought of another negative that I think you guys should know. Parts. Customizable parts for this thing. are really hard to find. They're really hard to find. Indian's website, when you buy one, they hook you up with the website and they give you all this access to all their stuff and all their tools and all their accessories and things. And man, there's like no parts for the Dark Horse. There's no parts for the Dark Horse, man. And you can go back years and try to find stuff that you need, like new heat shields. Nope. You know, like completely new pipes. Nope. Just slip-ons. Seats are limited. Unless you go to, I got something coming for that. I ain't gonna tell you what's going on, but I got something coming for that. But like bags and stuff like that to customize it. The Indian website wants $1,000 for bags to sit on your bike, and they give you, but you got to pay for the spools that mount them separately. You got to pay for the brackets separately. You got to pay. The bag's already $1,000 plus all that, man. You're just looking at like $1,500 to just put bags on, where you can go somewhere else and put bags on. You know, we'll talk about that later too. But customizability is I feel like is really low. You really have to go to third parties to get different stuff that they make for this. You can't really get it straight from Indian. It's hard because you want to keep all the Indian logo on everything, right? Because it's like, you know, it's the Harley Killer. So you want to keep all the name brand stuff on it, because that's part of the Indian, right? Is the name. So, but it's very hard to find parts. So just think about that when you buy the motorcycle. Think about the heat. Think about the sound. Think about the customizable parts. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. But I'll tell you what, I love this bike. I wouldn't say that this is a beginner cruiser bike for anybody. If you want a beginner cruiser, I wouldn't say that a Chief Dark Horse is a beginner cruiser. It's got a lot of torque, and if you're not experienced with that and things like that, like you could really, I feel like you could hurt yourself. But other than that, though, I think that if you're looking for a step up in a motorcycle, this is the one for you. So thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate all the support you guys have given on the videos, with all the different videos we got coming and have come out. I appreciate it. We got more videos coming, custom seats, custom pipes, a whole bunch of other different stuff that I found that's, like I said, hard to find, but I found it, and we're gonna install it together. I'm gonna show you guys the upgrades, and we're gonna do it together. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. I appreciate you. See you next time. Peace.